Hi, my name is Kylie Weigel, and I will be talking about the effects of social media on adolescents. So, our introduction, when was social media created? So, the rise of social media occurred around the beginning of the 21st century. Why was it created? It was created to help people communicate with each other easier. So maybe you have friends or family or, long distance relatives in different countries, different states. Social media was created to kind of help people bridge that gap, help them be able to communicate easier, maybe let them share their interests with each other. So, how their daily lives are going, what kind of music they're interested in, what kind of movies, videos, what kind of information they're kind of looking at and researching at the moment, kind of whatever piques their interest. It allows them to comment and give their feedback on other people's content. So maybe someone posted a video of their outfit they're wearing for the day. People can comment on that, give them their feedback back, how they like it, stuff like that. It also allows people to view content that they like specifically. So maybe they're really into animals and zoology. So maybe they're joining groups on Facebook and other social media sites with other people that are interested in those topics. So they're able to communicate and kind of get a broader idea of maybe topics they're interested in. So introduction continued. According to Khalees, McRae, and Grealish, 2019, 92% of teenagers between the ages of 13 and 17 years old are active on social media, which is a very high number. 87% of teenagers have access to social media through their computer. 58% of teenagers have access to social media through like a tablet device. And 68% of teenagers have access to social media through their smartphones. Some mental health statistics that kind of will lead us into our research topic. Anxiety and depression in children has increased by 70% in the last 25 years. And the rate of self-harm has also risen 68% in teenage girls over the last 10 years. So those are very, very high numbers. So that leading into our research question. Does the amount of time adolescents spend on social media negatively correlate with their mood, behaviors, and self-esteem? So our hypothesis, an increase in adolescent time spent on social media will have a negative effect on their mood, behaviors, and self-esteem. So our alternative hypothesis is there will be no correlation between social media and adolescents' mood, self-esteem, and behaviors. Okay, so literature review. Social media helps people fulfill their needs. So according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there are different levels of your needs. So everybody needs their psychological needs, their safety and security, their love and belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization needs met in order for them to feel fulfilled and happy in their life. So the theory behind this is people that are not being fulfilled in one of those hierarchy of needs. So let's say their safety and security is not there. People might look towards social media to fulfill those needs. So they might look towards social media to feel safe and secure in their environment, or maybe they're looking for love and belongingness. So they might turn to social media to kind of feel that connectedness with others. Social media can influence people to create content. So 33.2% of people will create content on social media because they feel pressured by social influences to do so. So it's more of they feel like they have to rather than they want to. People that want to be perceived as popular will have a tendency to post more on social media in order to get a certain number of like, comments, shares. So our literature review continued. Social media use in adolescence has been linked to poor academic performance, poor work performance, problematic family relationships, body image disturbances, increased eating and sleeping disorder, substance abuse, anxiety, and depression. In a review of 11 studies, social media use and depressive symptoms showed a statistically significant relationship with each other. In another review of 23 different studies, they found a correlation between social media and adolescent psychological distress and problematic behavior. So both of those studies saw a drastic change in adolescents' behaviors and moods regarding their social media use. Method and data collection. So who will be included in the study? Children ages 10 to 17 years old. They will be recruited through the public school system. Their children will need permission from their guardians to participate in the study. The children will be briefed on their rights as participants, and they will be guaranteed their safety and have the ability to leave the study at any time. The study design will be a correlational design. Our dependent variables are going to be mood, self-esteem, and behaviors. And our independent variables is going to be the number of hours spent on social media. We are also going to be using a t-test as our statistical analysis. So our hypothetical data presentation. So over on the right is a chart of the amount of time the individual ages of kids have stayed or actively use social media daily. And then if our hypothesis is proved correct, then children have more of a negative mood and outlook on life. Children will have more negative behaviors directly associated with the social media use. Children will struggle with their mental health. Children will struggle with their physical health, especially females with their body image issues, such as eating disorders and stuff like that. And children will feel like they need social media to feel valued and good about themselves. So their self-esteem will be affected by their active social media use. Hypothetical data presented continued. So if the hypothesis proves to be incorrect, so children will not be affected negatively by social media, which means that the children's mood and outlook on life will not change based on their social media use. They'll not feel pressured by social media to present themselves in a certain way. The children will not have a negative physical or mental consequences associated with social media use. And children might even find social media fun to use and not experience any problematic behaviors or self-esteem issues. Future research. So the study can help future researchers by educating parents on the risk of social media use. This can bring insight to kind of, how much social media use children should be allowed to use and how much is bad compared to how much is not necessarily bad for them. It can educate the children on the risk of social media use. So it gives them a better idea of, how their brain is going to work, how they're going to feel with more social media use. It can help researchers continue to understand social media influence better. So this overall research will help other researchers get a better grasp on understanding how social media might affect not only children, but maybe even adults. Maybe this will even help kind of influence future research for adults as well. It can also help researchers determine the effects of social media on different populations, gender, socioeconomic status. Maybe they want to look at geography and see if different parts of the world or different parts of the country kind of view social media differently. So that can also be kind of a starting point for what can kind of happen after this research. Conclusion. So understanding the effects of social media has on adolescents is crucial for the development of our next generation of children. So understanding how social media can affect a child. Is it negatively? Is it positively? How does it affect their daily life and daily activity and how they function and interact with people? Children are very easily influenced at young ages and can fall victim to the negative influences of social media. I had a teacher in one of my psychology classes say that children were like little sponges. They just absorb everything said, everything done around them. So children can be easily influenced by what they see on social media due to them being those little absorbent sponges. Social media can drastically affect children's mental and physical health. And social media has been linked to poor academic performance, poor work performance, problematic family relationships, body image disturbances, increased eating and sleeping disorders, and substance abuse, anxiety, and depression. And then these are my first 3 references I used. And this is my 4th reference that I used in my last reference. Thank you so much for your time.